And on this issue, we're now joined here in studio by Dr. Eytan Yanarocak, Turkey expert from the Jerusalem Institute for Security Studies. Dr. Yanarocak, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And the first question is, on paper, this looks to be a story about a couple filming from an observation tower of what I'm sure is beautiful scenery, and now they find themselves in custody. Is this the story, or are we missing something?
Precisely. You got it very right. According to the initial reports from the Turkish press, I got this very ambiguous picture that they took a picture from an observation tower, and then while they were having their lunch, while they were discussing this, I took this picture, you took that picture. The waiter of a restaurant, he heard about this conversation, and he phoned the police, and the couple found themselves in the custody of the police forces. Look, I don't know what to say. Personally, I lived in Turkey for 22 years. I was not aware that it was prohibited for the citizens to take pictures of president's mansion in Istanbul or in Ankara. But, you know, every day we learn something new. And let's hope still for the good. We really hope that the Israeli couple will be back here in Israel soon.
I wonder what it would be like if people would not photograph Buckingham Palace, for example. But there's a notion in Israel, many Israelis are saying this is happening because they're Israelis, because the relations between Ankara and Jerusalem are tense, to say the least. Is this really the case, or is it just a misunderstanding and it would have happened if they were American, British, or French?
I really would like to believe that this is a misunderstanding, but also I cannot tell to those Israelis that who are thinking about this is, this is because of the fact that they are Israelis. From my understanding, it is derived from the fact that, from the prejudice, since they are the Israelis, and only approximately 2 weeks ago we had another important affair in Turkey. 15 men were accused for being Mossad spies, right? So this is something very fresh in the public memory in Turkey. And I guess maybe this, we are seeing the impact of the previous affair on the current one.
There was a notion that this morning it was widely believed that they would be deported from Turkey today.
Yes.
It is not happening now. They will remain in court, in custody at least until Sunday. What's the process there? What's the next thing that could happen?
Well, I also received the same news from my friends in Turkey, from the journalists. They told me that the public prosecutor sent necessary documents to the courthouse in order to, with a demand for an arrest. As far as I understand, these two tourists are still going on an interrogation, and maybe the authorities there are not very much persuaded from their answers, since you and me, we are not an insect in the same room, so we will not know the exact answers, but still there is a room for optimism. And from my perspective, I also would like to make a suggestion here to the Israeli Foreign Ministry. Maybe they can see this. Maybe they can see this as an opportunity in order to launch a new channel of dialogue with the Turkish Foreign Ministry. Maybe they should turn this incident into a joint summit, so that they can deliver a positive message at the end of the day, and maybe our foreign minister Lapid can take both of the hostages and both of these tourists back from Turkey to Israel. We already have seen such an incident in Russia. I would like to remind you that former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited Russia and took Naama Yissaschar back from Russia. He traveled with her together. So why not this time?
And whoever travels there, our suggestion, do not film the residence of President Erdogan. Let's put it this way. Dr. Eytan Yanarocak, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.